Hi, I'm Dave and welcome back to BrenTeck IT Support. Today we'll be having an unboxing and setup of the brand new 2022 model of the LG OLED 4K HDR 42-inch television. We'll quickly get on with the unboxing and then we'll show you how the screen looks. Obviously when you're opening boxes, be careful that you don't damage the contents. So first of all, at the top you have the feet, and that looks like a back plate. Then we'll leave the TV in there for now because we'll get the feet unwrapped so you can put those on straight away. We have a bag of bits. You've got the remote, batteries, a cable in there. It looks like an infrared extension cable. The LG Smart Remote. Instruction manual, some stickers, which I'm sure everybody wants. Some more stickers. Obviously they'll be for marketing if it's going into a demo. How to unbox it and set of instructions. Batteries, cable tidies, mounting screws, and some covers. And then carefully take out the TV. You might need two people to do it, and then find somewhere nice and safe to put it down whilst you attach the feet. Right, we've got to attach our feet at these positions, and I suggest cutting the bottom rather than taking the film off. That way you're keeping the screen protected as much as possible. But you will need to cut the bottom fully so that it can come off. So now we've got access to our screw holes. Make sure you've got enough of an overhang. Okay, with your legs you've got a B and an A leg, and you need to line up the pimples and the sprues to fit in the holes there, and you may find that you have to give it a bit of a push and have a click, and it goes in, and then it will hold it in place, ready for you to screw it in. Yeah, as you hear, it's quite a harsh click, so you do need to give it a bit of pressure. You need to get our screws, and you need a crosshead screwdriver. Do them up nice and snug, but don't obviously do them up too tight, although there is a washer system on there, so you should be okay. Once you've got that done, and as you've already cut the base off, you can just lift the TV from the stand slightly, bring it to the edge, run your hand up on the inside of the bag, lift it from the edge of the screen, and then slide it off. Okay, on the back, obviously we have our power cable attached, just a bit of tape, you take that off. But we've got our communication port up here for doing any programming to the TV or expansions. We've got USB ports here, we've got 3 of them up here, they're all USB 2. We've got 4 HDMI slots. Number 2 is the ARC or eARC port. You've got an NVIDIA G-Sync port here as well. Got LAN connection, optical, and then you've got your antenna in, and you've got your satellite in as well. You've also got your mounting points for any TV stand that you want to mount on, like an extendable arm or something. Now you've got our little covers that you need to slide in here just to neaten up the back. They just slide in and click into place. And so you can then just plug that in. We've got an IR blaster, and I don't know if the TV actually has infrared built into it, and you might have to use this, or it might just be to use to extend it. Plug that in there, and then you can pull these apart if you need to. So one could be in front of the TV and one could be off, and that is about 1.5 meter cable for the IR blaster. You've got a little cable tidy that you can clip into the back. You also have your 3M tape to put on the back of the IR receivers and blasters, so you can tape those to where you need. Now a cable management pack. So once you've got all your cables in, the idea is that you can then have this, just hiding them all nice and neat. And that just pushes in. It looks neat, but depending on how your cables are, you may or may not have them fit. You can leave it on or take it off, however you feel, but it does pop off. And it will help to stop cables getting accidentally snagged and pulled when moving around the TV. And to put your cable management part in, you work out where you want it first, and then only at this end can you fit it there, or you can fit it this end like so. To plug in our Chromecast, we're going to have the HDMI cable and the USB. We're going to plug the USB one into any one of these ports. So we'll plug it into port 1. And now we're going to plug our Chromecast into the ARC so that the Chromecast can turn the TV on and off. To use the ARC to actually turn the TV on and off, the Chromecast would always need to be powered on, or the Fire Stick, and use your power supply for the Chromecast or Fire Stick instead of the USB, because as the TV turns off, it could cut power to the Chromecast. Okay, you can peel the screen protector off from either of the corners. We're going to leave it on for now, as we're going to be moving the TV around and don't want to damage it. And I found that we can carefully peel the stickers to remove it off, but leaving the protector on, just so you don't damage it if you're going to move it around. We'll just take this one off for now, but you can carefully peel just the labels off and then clean them if you want to leave the protector on. But to get a better picture, do remove the outside film, as it does tint the image slightly. Okay, to get your TV remote ready, just take the protective film off. Now they've got Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus, Roku, Baby G and Lady A assistance built in. It's also got an NFC tag in there, so you can probably pair it with your phone quickly. You then open up the back compartment, get your batteries, pop those in, and back cover on. It's actually a semi-transparent cover, I like that. Now we'll turn it on at the mains. Okay, we'll just flick the TV on and use the remote and press on. Now I haven't got the infrared receiver attached. Okay, press the OK button on your remote, so you now have to press the scroll wheel. So you can control either using your mobile phone or the remote. We'll say we want to use the TV, English, and click next. Now you need to connect it to your Wi-Fi network, or if you plugged it in using Ethernet, you can do it that way as well. After you've entered your password, you can click enter. Now I love how the remote works as a guide. You don't have to aim at the TV, it just does it motion of your hand gesture. It's lovely. Then you've got your service agreement, which you have to read. Great fun. Click next. I'll see if you can agree to just the terms of use. Okay, you only just need to agree to the terms of use. It's detected that we've got HDMI 2, a Google device in it, so we can click next. Okay, so we'll look at our TV settings. So you can choose if it's a set-top box only, TV set satellite, or none. Now, we don't have any of those. We've only got media streaming services. So we'll just select that from there. Obviously, you'll have to set this up for how you've got it. Now you need to enter a postcode. Once you've entered your postcode, you just click enter, and then next. Okay, we're going to have it as a standard mount. Eventually this is going to go into a bed, but using it as a computer monitor for the first point. Yeah, you do set being a bit sharper. Okay, we'll leave it on the AI sound and AI picture. Does sound better. Click next. Okay, and once we're happy with it, so you may have to run through the setup if you move it around. We're going to connect it to a cinema system when we've finished, but this will do very nicely. As we're going to be putting this in a bed where the TV will raise and lower when it's not in use, when it's lowered down, it cuts the power from the bed. So we're actually going to have this on because it's not going to cause too much of a power consumption for us. And it'll be very nice to see how that works. And if this is your main TV, this will probably be a lovely feature as well. So click next. So you can't actually select the maps from here. You just click done and we'll do that afterwards, I assume. And so now we'll have to cast something to the Google Assistant to get our TV picture up. Now this is one of our videos that we've got on YouTube that we're playing, and we haven't got an Ultra 4K camera, so this is not the best picture this TV can produce, but we're not allowed to show copyrighted content, so unfortunately this is the best we can demonstrate it with. But it does produce an excellent sharp image. The OLED gives a perfect color saturation, and you can, when you've got a real 4K picture showing, this is incredible. These are some of the Google stock images from the Chromecast, so I'm sure that will be okay. We'll have a quick look at the menu system, so if you just press on the settings button, we can then go into our picture mode. Now at the moment that's on Eco, so it's not actually the best picture that's going to produce. You've got Cinema. Okay, they really want to warn you about energy consumption. I want to have a good picture, thank you very much. For Game Optimizer, Filmmaker. You've got a lot of set vivid ones to go through. I think I'll leave it on the Expert. That looks an incredibly sharp picture. I thought it looked good on Eco, but it just gets better. Now, if you're going to connect it to a sound system, you're going to need to adjust what type of sound setup you've got. These are for the built-in speakers. Then we come to here, and then we can go to our digital output, and that's when you'll connect it via either a HDMI cable or a optical cable. So you can connect it to the ARC if you want to connect it to a home cinema system. Okay, you've then got a Game Optimizer setting, and so you can go through all of these setups. Now, obviously, you need to think about what type of connection you're using, because you might want to use the NVIDIA sync connection as well. If you're connecting it to your computer, got a multi-view mode, so you've got picture-in-picture or split screen. OLED care. Now this is a way that you can help prevent burn-in on the TV, so you'd want to run through these every so often. Don't really need to do it too often. It's like once every 6 months, once a year, you can go through some of this. Okay, with some of these settings, they're very nice what they've provided with it. So you can have different comfort modes, and it just changes the color contrast of it, but I'm going to leave that off because I think that gives a better picture. Then you've got self-diagnostics, where it can actually go and check how the system is running. You've got energy efficiency parts as well, so it turns off every so often if you leave it alone. And some of the diagnostics I'm not going to run through because they can do a burn through to help maintain a clear image across it. And so these are the different picture cleanings. I'm going to leave these alone for now, but these are more if you're going to have something on a constant display, like if you're going to use it on a computer monitor and you're going to get logos burnt in, or you watch a particular channel and it always has something in the corner and you don't want that burning in. Again, logo brightness, you can turn that to the lowest setting, but this will help prolong the life of your panel. But ideally, don't try and leave a static image on there for long periods of time. That will never do an LED or LCD screen any good. But they do last years and years now. They've got the technology so good. Again, if you come down to general, we've got That's the always ready option that we said we'd use. And then you've got some more options in here which you just work your way through and customize it to how you want. But leaving it kind of like this, I think, would be the best one. You've got your network settings if you change your Wi-Fi password, or if you decide to check to go to Ethernet. And if you come down to system, you've got your accessibility features. If you come to support, you can then get your software updates. Now, there's going to be an update. I know it's a brand new TV, but we'll check for them and just install the latest update. Whilst this is downloading, we might as well enable auto updates, so in the future it will arrange it. Okay, so with auto update we have to agree to more terms. So if you don't want to agree to all this nonsense, you just do it manually. Oh, if you want voice control, yes, okay, so select everything. Makes life a lot easier. But then you can get voice control from the remote as well. And so now we've got auto update and the voice control will work. Okay, that update has actually taken quite a while to download, so I paused the video whilst we were doing it. And that's now been installed, and we have to restart the TV for doing the update. So I'll just turn it off. Okay, so to turn it off with the always ready, you need to press the off button twice to turn it off. So I'll press OK to that message. So now that's in its off mode, and I'll press it a second time and now it shuts down. And if you have multiple LG TVs, you might find that this controls your other TV, because our TV on the wall up there actually turned on when we did that, which was quite amusing. So we'll have to see how this works around our house, because we've got multiple LG TVs because we love their products. I've just turned it on and we had a little message saying do not unplug because it's doing the update. So be aware of that. If you've just done an update, make sure it's powered on. Okay, so it's just finished doing the update, and now we can see the list of apps that we've got as well. And it's firing up the Chromecast again. Okay, if we press the Netflix button, we should jump into Netflix. And we've got to update all of this. And then you can sign into your Netflix account if you have that, or we can go to Amazon Prime, and again I'm sure that's going to need updating. And we can then sign in. Okay, we'll get our phone camera app and put it to the QR code. And it will launch the URL. You want to allow the device, and then we've logged in. And so we can continue watching our programs. We've really been enjoying Amazon Prime. As I said earlier, we've got rid of our TV license now, and we're solely working on Amazon Prime TV. We had Netflix for a while, but they put their prices up, so we've gone back just to Amazon Prime. And it's a wonderful, wonderful service. And with the 4K streaming that they do, it's really, really worth having. Not only do you get free next day delivery, you get TV, audio, free photo backup. Amazon Prime is an excellent service. Since the pandemic, we have had this all the time without any regrets. Lovely, lovely TV from LG yet again. Really, really happy with their OLED screens every time. They're always crystal clear, beautiful contrast. definitely recommend this, especially if you're restricted with your size. This is one of the only 42-inch size screens that you can get that's OLED and HDR. Love it. It is in a way a bit overpriced because of it's a smaller screen and you're paying more for a smaller screen, but it's the only way you can get one to fit sometimes. So it's a limited market because everyone's wanting bigger screens. But this is gorgeous, and all the advanced features on it, I can see why it's got that premium price. For that premium price though, the feet that it comes with, I wish were better. They are metal, but they've got tiny little rubber feet on them to protect your worktops or whatever you're putting it on, whereas it could have a much larger bit of rubber because the metal is a little bit on the sharp side on some bits. So the finish of those feet could have been to a higher standard for this sort of quality TV screen. But on the whole, love it. Really glad we got it. If you want to get yourself one, there will be a link for it down below, and at the moment they are on sale, and you might still be able to get some free LG headphones and some cash back as well. So we'll try and get this video out as quickly as we can for you guys. Well, that's it for now. As always, have a nice day and bye for now.